Hi readers, welcome back to my channel, Lila Wanders and Reads, and welcome to a book haul. I actually was going to do this last weekend, but I got overwhelmed by chores. I did so many chores that by like 1 o'clock, I had to sit down and I couldn't get back up again. I was just exhausted and my hips hurt. Anywho, that's not why we're here. So one of these books, all these books came out in the last 2-3 weeks, and I'm really trying hard. I slipped up once last week. Really trying hard to only buy new releases and not buy stuff that's decades old, which I did buy one book. It's the first book in the Bone series because, or the Temperance Brennan series, and I bought it because I wanted to. So, but I'm really trying hard to stick to only new releases. So, first up, and this is the one I think I'm going to read next. The last week was really heavy reading. I read 3 books total. 2 of them were really great, but they were also kind of dark and fantastic, but it's time for something light. So I'm going to read an author I've never read before, but I have at least 2 of her other books, and that is Ali Hazelwood's Problematic Summer Romance. This is number 2 in the Not in Love series. I haven't read number 1. I did almost look to see if it was at Barnes & Noble to go pick it up, but I said no, new releases only, and I think that this is the kind of can stand alone. So, Maya Kilgore is 23 and still in the process of figuring out her life. Connor Harkness is 38, and Maya cannot stop thinking about him. It's such a... God damn it. Sorry. It's such a cliche. It almost makes her heart implode. Older man and younger woman, successful biotech guy and struggling grad student, brother's best friend and the girl he never even knew existed. As Connor loves to remind her, the power dynamic is too imbalanced. Any relationship between them would be problematic in too many ways to count, and Maya should just get over him. After all, he's made it clear that he wants her gone from his life. But not everything is as it seems, and cliches sometimes become plot twists. When Maya's brother decides to get married in Taormina, I don't know where that is, I guess it's Italy. She and Connor end up stuck together in a romantic Sicilian villa for over a week. There, on the beautiful Ionian coast, between ancient ruins, delicious foods, and natural caves, Maya realizes that Connor might be hiding something from her. And as the destination wedding begins to erupt out of control, she decides that a summer fling might be just what she needs, even if it's a problematic one. So, if you've read this, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. But I should. It's less than 400 pages long. Might be able to finish it tonight. Might not. Might know by tomorrow. Next one is a book that I have been looking forward to for a long time. It's on my wish list. It's in my era. And that is The Listeners by Maggie Stiefvater. January 1942. The Avalon Hotel and Spa has always offered excellent luxury in the wilds of West Virginia, its mountain Sweetwater washing away all of high society's troubles. Local girl turned general manager June Porter Hudson has guided the Avalon skillfully through the first pangs of war. The Guilfoyles, the hotel's aristocratic owners, have trained her well. But when the family heir makes a secret deal with the State Department to fill the hotel with captured Axis diplomats, June must persuade her staff, many of whom have sons and husbands heading off to the front lines, to offer luxury to Nazis with a smile. Meanwhile, FBI agent Tucker Minnick, whose coal tattoo hints at an Appalachian past, presses his ears to the hotel's walls, listening for the diplomat's secrets. He has one of his own, which is how he knows that June's balancing act can have dangerous consequences. The Sweetwater beneath the hotel can threaten as well as heal. June has never met a guest she couldn't delight, but the diplomats are different. Without firing a single shot, they have brought the war directly to her. As clashing loyalties crack the Avalon's polished veneer, June must calculate the true cost of luxury. I've never read Maggie Stiefvater before. I look forward to this. It coming right on the heels of Memorial Day and the anniversary of D-Day. This looks like a fun read, and I've been waiting for it a long time. I say that with a little bit of trepidation because almost every book I have looked forward to this year has not worked out the way I thought it would. Peeling off stickers. Sprayed edges are so in right now, and I am here for them. I'm also here for The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark. Another one I really, really look forward to. I hear it is a bit of a slow burn, so definitely not going to make that my next read. That's why I want to go with something that's not a slow burn. June 1975. The Taylor family shatters in a single night when two teenage siblings are found dead in their own home. The only surviving sibling, Vincent, never shakes the whispers and accusations that he was the one who killed them. Decades later, the legend only grows as his career as a horror writer skyrockets. Ghostwriter Olivia Dumont has spent her entire professional life hiding the fact that she is the only child of Vincent Taylor. Now, on the brink of financial ruin, she's offered a job to ghostwrite her father's last book. What she doesn't know, though, is that this project is another one of his lies, because it's not another horror novel he wants her to write. After 50 years of silence, Vincent Taylor is finally ready to talk about what really happened that night in 1975. Damn, this looks good. I can't wait to get to that. Again, I want a faster burn before I go that, after I've had two heavy books back to back. Next up is a YA selection called Kill Creatures by Rory Power. I considered reading this one next, but again, I want something light. I've read two books about vampire-ish things, and I really want something light. Last summer, Luce, Edie, Jane, and Nan took a boat out for one final swim in the river. It was a perfect summer night. But the only one who returned that night was Nan. Edie, Jane, and Luce disappeared, and Nan's story has always been the same. She has no idea what happened. The girls went ahead, and it was though they had vanished into thin air. Now, 1 year later, all of Salt Cedar has gathered at the river for a memorial. Nan even recreated the outfit she wore that fateful day last summer. And when Luce climbs out of the water, no one is more surprised than Nan, because Nan killed her right before she killed Edie and Jane. This looks fun and fascinating. Finally, we have The Phoenix Pencil Company by Allison King. This is a book about magic, I think. Monica Tsai spends most days on her computer journaling the details of her ordinary life and coding for a program that seeks to connect strangers online. A self-proclaimed recluse, she has always struggled to make friends and, as a college freshman, finds herself escaping into a digital world, counting the days until she can return home to her beloved grandparents. They are now in their 90s, and Monica worries about them constantly, especially her grandmother Yun, who survived 2 wars in China before coming to the United States, and whose memory has begun to fade. Though Yun rarely speaks of her past, Monica is determined to find the long-lost cousin she was separated from years ago. One day, the very program Monica is helping to build connects her to a young woman, whose gift of a single pencil holds a surprising clue. Monica's discovery of a hidden family history is exquisitely braided with Yoon's own memories as she writes of her years in Shanghai, working at the Phoenix Pencil Company. As World War II rages outside their door. Oh, this is another World War II book. She's coding? Oh, no, Yun. Okay. Yun, that's why I bought this book. Yun and her cousin Meng learn of a special power the women in their family possess. The ability to reforge a pencil's words. But when the government uncovers their secret, they are forced into a life of espionage, betraying other people's stories to survive. So this asks, who owns and inherits our stories? I knew there was a World War II connection. I've got to figure out the pencil, how the pencil is magic. Anywho, that is it for my book haul. I did buy a couple of other books, but I'm not featuring them. I like to keep these to 4 or 5 only, and they're in the other room. If you've read any of these books, I'd love to hear from you. If you want to read any of these books, I'd love to hear from you as well. And, as always, if you stuck with me this far, thank you for sticking with me on my journey, and happy reading.